What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to Vaping with TUFFLUCK or TUFFLUCK Vapes. And today we're going to be checking out a new 200 watt dual 18650 temp control device. But this one was sent over by Vapor DNA, and what this mod is, it's going to be the Smoant Battlestar mod. This mod I've actually really became a fan of and really been enjoying it. But to be able to find out why, the best way to be able to show you guys this mod and everything like that is to dive up close and to show you guys right now. So that's what we're going to do. Hang tight, let me have a vape, and we're going to dive up close. So here we are, guys, with the up close and personal look of the Smoant Battlestar 200 watt temp control mod. On the packaging, it's going to have a little picture of the mod itself in the black and yellow format. You are going to have a color code sticker on the front of the box to let you know what color is the device inside the box. And today, the one we are taking a look at is going to be silver. Now, let's just jump around the packaging and see what's all on it. Here on the back, it's going to have a little bit of information about the actual mod, letting you know that it does do temp control for nickel 200, titanium, nichrome, and stainless steel. It offers an invariable wattage TC, which is temp control, and TCR modes. It's compact, small, and economical. It's got venting holes on the actual device. It's got a magnetic back cover. It's powered by two 18650 battery cells, and it's available in white and black, black, yellow and black, and even some more colors that we'll talk about later on in this video. Down here you do have a scratch and sniff to make sure you are using an authentic Smoant Battlestar device. And right here it's going to let you know that it was designed and manufactured by Shenzhen Smoant Technology Co. Ltd. And you got some of these little logos to let you know about it. So now let's crack open this package and see what you get inside. So what you're going to get inside the Smoant Battlestar packaging is the actual device itself right here. Sweet little device. We will come back to this as well as we always do. You're going to get this Smoant quality control card to let you know that it did pass quality assessment control. It did pass, and it lets you know some information about it. It is in Chinese, but hey, it still works and lets you know that you are using a quality control passed device. You're also going to get a prompt card to let you know basically the basic workings and functions of the device, and let you know that when you apply a new atomizer to this device, it's going to ask you the new coil or same coil question and how to work that feature. Pretty sweet. The last thing you are going to get inside this box, paperbook wise, is the Battlestar 200 watt TC mod user manual, and it's available in English and Chinese. I'm assuming that's what that means. And inside here, it's an awesome manual. It's going to let you know everything you need to know about your device. As you've seen from when I was doing that quick unboxing, you've seen this little box. Well, inside here, it did come with this little case right here. And inside this case is you are going to have 4 little magnets that they include extras of for your magnetic battery cover. So I do like that they give you this, but it makes me wonder if they're using some kind of cheap quality magnets. That this is the only mod that I've ever seen where they give you extra magnets for your battery door, which we will talk about this and if they're worth holding up or worth having these around to make sure if you ever have one pop out, if you're going to need a replacement. So we'll come back to this and talk about this in the review. But also in that box, you are going to get a micro USB cable that is not only for internal charging with USB chargers, this is also for firmware upgrades using the Smoant website and so forth. So it is firmware upgradable, and they do supply a cable. Now that we got all that out of the way, let's check out this Battlestar 200W TC Boxmod. Alright guys, so here we are with the Battlestar 200W temp control device. And before we get started and even start breaking this device down and checking it out, I do just want to bring in the Wismec RX2-3 for a size comparison and just to show you guys the actual device, because it is very, very similar. And we are going to talk about it up in FaceTime, which one do I recommend over these two. But you can see over the features of it, I mean, it's got the same shape, but there's a little bit of differences to them, a little bit different specs-wise, different battery covers, different options. And the major thing from the front is the RX2-3 has a much larger OLED screen, but this one has a smaller one. But does it really make a difference to have this much larger screen, or does it? So we will find out, and we will test them and comparing them to each other, and also talk about the two different 510s that they offer. But enough with the RX2-3 and the comparison. Let's talk about the specs of the Battlestar 200W TC. Alright, so the Battlestar 200W device goes all the way down to 1 watt with a maximum output power of 200 watts. It does take two 18650 battery cells. I do highly recommend using high amp, high drain batteries. It's got a compact size of 83 millimeters tall by 43 millimeters wide, and it does have an atomizer range of 25 millimeters. So you can fit anything up to like 25 millimeters on this mod without having any overhang or anything like that. It is a lightweight mod. It only weighs in at 136 grams. It's available in 10 different color schemes. It does offer a stainless steel spring-loaded 510 connection down in there. It does have a gold-plated 510 down there. It is spring-loaded. I have tested it, and it's actually a very nice 510 compared to some other devices that look similar to this. It is made out of all zinc alloy chassis. It does have a nice OLED display that is very easy to read. The device protections that this offers, it offers low resistance, over vape time protection, reverse polarity protection, so that means if you put your batteries in the wrong way, it will not mess your mod up, and it also has an overheating protection. This device is firmware upgradable via this USB, and it also supports pass-through charging. So you can use the micro USB cable to charge this device, and you can also vape on your device as it is charging. But I still highly recommend taking your batteries out and using an external charger to charge your device. It does have a voltage output from 0.5 volts all the way up to 8.4 volts. In variable wattage mode, it supports a resistance as low as 0.1 ohms. And in temp control mode, it supports a low resistance of 0.05 ohms. The temperature control mode support that this supports is nickel 200, titanium, stainless steel, and in stainless steel it also has a setting for 304, 316, and 317. It also offers a TCR functionality with 3 memory settings. It also allows you to lock and read your resistance. And basically you guys got to see what's included in the box. So that's the specs, that's the breakdown of this actual mod. Now, let's go ahead and show you guys what it looks like and show you guys everything about it and then the operating of the actual device. Then we'll jump back up to FaceTime and we'll vape on it, and I'll give you guys my pros, my cons, and my experiences with using this device. Right, so now, let's just have a quick look at it. Starting from the bottom, on the bottom here, you are going to have some battery venting. You're going to have the Smoant little logo guy. It's going to say Smoant Battlestar, and there's your battery venting. Moving up to the side, you're going to have some more battery venting right here on the actual battery door. You're going to have some venting for the actual board, which you can see in there, which is one thing I don't like, that there's not even like some little bit of covering in there, like similar to the RX2-3, is that if some juice does run down, it could get inside there. So I don't know if the board is waterproof. It doesn't say it over on Smoant's website, but it does have some very large venting holes for the board on each side. It also has this cool design for it that fits real nice in your hand for thumbing it or triggering it. You have this awesome battery door that is held on very nice, and to be honest, it is 10 times a better door than the Wismec RX2-3 with having to hit this. All you do here is actually grab the sides and pull. It is held on by these 4 magnets, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then inside You can also see it does let you know your battery orientation. You have this battery strap, which some people love and some people hate. Me, I'm in the middle. I don't like them this long though. And then you also have magnets right here. It is in series configuration, which means positive down, positive up. And you do have gold-plated, spring-loaded positive contacts and gold-plated negative contacts as well. Your batteries do fit in here very snug and good, which we will get to in a second. Your battery door does hold on very well, and you don't have no battery door rattle. And it also does not come off at all. It fits very well on this device. Now, jumping over to the front of the device, you are going to have your USB port down here for firmware upgrades and also USB charging. You are going to have this rocker bar, which is different from the Wismec RX2-3 where it has cutouts to where it basically makes it 2 buttons. This one more feels as of 1 button, but you can hold this side to make it go wattage up or this side to go wattage down or so forth. You do have this nice OLED screen that is nice and bright and displays all the information you are going to need with using this device. And there's even an option in here to reverse the contrast to make it be able to even easier to see when you're outside. You do have a nice fire button that is protruding out some, but not too much. It is easy to find and it's nice and clicky. And so are these buttons as well. Really nice. And I don't get any button rattle either. I know some people were mentioning that their device was getting button rattle. Mine, for right here that I am using, I have no button rattle at all. The next thing I want to talk about is this actual 510. As I told you guys, it will fit anything up to 25 millimeters and actually look great. You can use larger atomizers, but then you might have some overhang. It recommends using 25 millimeters or smaller. It does have some cutouts if your atomizer still gets the airflow from the 510. You do have a spring-loaded 510 connection that is gold-plated. And it does have some actual good travel. It is nice and firm, but it actually does have some nice travel, so all your atomizers are going to sit here flush. And I've had no issues with making good connections using any atomizer, and I have tried a bunch. But with that, I think that's the basic look down of this Battlestar 200 watt mod. Now, let's throw some batteries in this bad boy and let's get it powered up and vaping on it. Alright, so now let's power the device up and check out all the features of it. So to power your device on, you just click your fire button 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it's going to power up and say Smoant. I know my refresh rate on my camera is making probably a little bit of a thing on the screen. I'm very sorry about that. But here on the screen, it's going to show you your battery indicator, what mode you are in. So this is currently set in variable wattage at 58 watts. Then you're going to have your resistance and your voltage. Now, some cool little features I want to show you with this mod. If you want to lock it, the only thing it does have is you actually click the button 5 times and it'll power it off. If you hold both of these buttons down here on the bottom, it rotates your screen. But now, if you hold the fire button and both of these buttons at the same time, you are going to lock the power of your device where you're not able to adjust the settings or anything like that. To unlock it, you just hold them also again. Now, let's say you want to change the contrast of your device. All you do is hold this button up. This button up and your fire button. And as you see, it will now make your background with this white color, the inverted contrast, which I thought was a pretty cool feature. Now, if you hold this button and the fire button, it actually does not do anything. As you see. Now, let's go ahead and get it out of this mode. And now you see you're back to your actual normal screen in your normal way. Now, let's say you want to access your menu. All you do to access your menu is click your fire button 3 times, and you go 1, 2, 3. And you have variable wattage mode, nickel temp control mode, titanium temp control, stainless steel temp control, nichrome temp control, TCR1, TCR2, TCR3, and then back to variable wattage. So let's jump down to, let's say, stainless steel. And inside this menu, you are going to be able to see you're in stainless steel temp control, your battery, your temperature, and your wattage, and your resistance. So now we're in temp control mode. I showed you guys the full modes of the screen. Now let's say you want to be able to adjust your wattage. As you see, it's currently set to 509 degrees Fahrenheit and 100 watts. To be able to adjust your wattage, all you do is hold your fire button and this button right here. And as you see, the wattage is now the main part of the screen, and I can go ahead and adjust it to whatever I need it to. Let's set it to 91 watts, and then click your fire button. It'll say no atomizer unless you have an atomizer on there, and it'll put the temperature back up to the main default setting. Now, let's see what it can go up to and so forth. So you have the 600 degrees Fahrenheit, and if you click it up one more time when you are at the maximum temperature in Fahrenheit, it'll bring you down to Celsius. When you're at the lowest degrees of Celsius and click down again, it's going to bring you back into Fahrenheit. Pretty sweet little feature. And another cool thing that I do think is worth mentioning, when you are in TCR mode, which is 1, 2, 3, go into, let's say, TCR M1. It's going to ask you your TCR setting, and inside the manual, it's going to let you know how to actually use the TCR. So all you do is go to TCR and adjust the TCR settings with whatever settings you want here. It's going to let you know the material and the TCR ranges. Press the fire button to confirm. And if you need to adjust it again, press the fire button and the left button together will be okay. So that's a pretty cool little thing that they actually have here. You are able to lock the resistance with this mod, and overall, I have found that temp control in stainless steel has worked very well with just setting the stainless steel and using a 316L coil head. Now let's click back into variable wattage mode by hitting your button 3 times. Then I'm back in here. Let's check the scrolling of this and see how fast it is. We will start from the lowest setting. So the device will go all the way down to 1 watt, and then it has a maximum output of 200 watts. Let's check that. There is no round robin from when you are at 1 watt. Let's just see the scrolling feature of this. When you are holding it down, it will go up by 1 watt increments when you get to 100 watts. And also, if you click it, when you're under 100 watts, it'll go up by 0.1 increments. It is not a super fast scrolling, but hey, it does seem to do the job. And for what I need, I've actually really been enjoying this mod. But before I go in and tell you if I like it or I don't and what my pros and cons are, let's screw in a couple atomizers and show in some side comparisons of this device. So just to start it off, here it is next to a DNA 250 Triad. They are going to be about the same height. The Smoant Battlestar is actually a little bit shorter, but of course it's going to be a lot thicker for the Triad. Here is the Wattage Dagger single 18650 device next to the Smoant Battlestar. The actual dagger is probably about as wide as the actual Battlestar, but I do like the way this feels in my hand. And surprisingly, with 2 18650 batteries in this one and only 1 in this one is actually heavier even without an atomizer attached to either one. Shocker. The Lyre 155 next to the Smoant Battlestar. The Lyre 155 is going to be a little bit taller and a little bit more wider in the hand. A size comparison to the mod that we just did a review of, the Blazer 200. As you're going to see, this mod is a lot bigger, a lot heavier, and a lot taller. So you guys got to see some of the mods compared to it. Now let's go ahead and screw on some tanks onto this bad boy and see what it looks like. First, let's start off with a 22mm subohm tank. As you're going to see, it sits down nice and flush, no overhang, no nothing, of course, with the 22mm tank. And this is the crown on here. Another cool feature, it's going to pop right up and say new coil, hit up, or same coil, hit down. Now, let's throw on a 22mm diode RDA. And again, as you can see, no problems whatsoever. This one, you do have to tighten down by hand like that. And you are going to see a little bit of a gap underneath there, but only because of them airflow slots. But it is sitting flush down, as you can see. Now, let's throw on a 24mm RTA. And this one we are going to use is the Merlin Mini Rta. Review for this RTA will be up soon. And as you can see, it is sitting on there beautiful. No room, no whatsoever hangover. You still have even some room on this side right here. Sitting down nice and flush, making a great connection. New coil coming in at a 0.22. And she vapes. Let me take a vape on this real quick, and then we'll jump on to the next atomizer. The next one we're going to be checking out is another 24mm, and this one is the Goon RTA from 528 Customs. And as you can see, this one also sits flush. The last one I'm going to show you is just one that's a little bit bigger than a 24, and it's going to be a 26mm subohm tank. That tank's going to be the Blazer 200 from Sense and Cigarette. Also, if you haven't already, go check out the review on the tank and RBA section. We're doing a big giveaway where we're giving away one of these tanks in this black color with the RBA section and some coil heads. It is still open today. Now, with a 26mm subohm tank, as you can see, there is a little bit of a lip, but not much, and not really noticeable, really. I mean, I actually could still vape this and really enjoy it on top of the Smoant Battlestar. And this is actually a true 26mm diameter subohm tank. To wrap this video up, I need to throw on an atomizer, share with you guys what I'm going to be using up in FaceTime, and then wrap this video up and jump back up to FaceTime. So the atomizer that I am going to be using on top of this mod to vape it up in FaceTime is going to be the Merlin Mini Rta from Vape. This is an awesome little RTA that we will be doing a full review of very soon. And I do have serial number 1037. This is a cool little RTA that's available in single coil mode or dual coil. And I am rocking this with dual coil mode. And inside there, I actually have some GM coils. And these are the coils that are inside the Merlin Mini in dual coil mode, which is some medium fused Claptons, 26 gauge Canthal plus 38 gauge Nichrome 80, 6 wraps on a 3mm bit. And it's going to come into around a 0.2mm in dual coil mode. And you can check out GM Coils for you to pick up some over at gmcoils.com. Or if you're looking just to pick up a couple sets, you can go over to namberjuice.com, which is Grim Green's website, to order these as well. You can also check them out on Instagram at GM Coils. And stay tuned because you will get to be able to see these awesome coils get installed into the dual coil deck of the Merlin Mini Rta when we do the review of this tank. But I can't forget to let you guys know what e-liquid I'm vaping on inside this Merlin Mini, and that is going to be some Flawless e-liquids, and this one is their Game Over. I will give you the description of this when we are back up in FaceTime. This one is a 78% VG, 22% PG, and this is 4mg nicotine level. This is a pretty sweet bottle. It is only available in 60 mils. It does have some great warnings that the FDA now requires you to have. And overall, Flawless has always had some great e-liquid. This is my first time actually vaping on Game Over, and it is 100% American made. But I have been vaping on this e-liquid now for a few days, so I'm going to keep it inside here. We're going to vape on this up top, and I'm going to give you guys my pros, my cons, and my experiences of the Smoant Battlestar. So I'll see you guys back up top. Let me go ahead and throw on this atomizer. Bada bing, bada boom. What it say on that little wrapper from GM Coils? It's going to come in at a 0.2 for a dual coil. It's coming in at a 0.22 resistance. Let's drop the wattage down. I only rock this around, let's say, we'll do 63 watts. See how that does for the starters. And I'll see you guys back up at FaceTime. This is the Smoant Battlestar, guys. See you guys in a second. What's up, YouTube? Welcome back up top. So you guys just got to see the up close and personal look of that Battlestar 200 watt temp control device by Smoant. Now, This device by Smoant was sent over by Vapor DNA for the purpose of this review. Now, I will have links down in the description to Smoant's website, Vapor DNA, Flawless e-liquid, GM coils, and even where you can pick this up over at Vapor DNA. And if you use the link in the description, you can save yourself 10% off your entire order that you purchase over at Vapor DNA. And if you use coupon code DNA10, you also get an additional 10%. But now that we got all that out of the way, let's talk about the Smoant Battlestar 200W temp control device. Now, my experiences with this device have been an immediate love affair. I have been in love with this device, and if you guys know me and been watching me for a while and seen my RX2-3 review, I was a big fan of this device when I first got it. But over time, I've experienced some issues and some update problems and stuff like that has caused me to be like to this mod. And I'll tell you why in a second. But this mod, everyone asks me, do you recommend this one or do you recommend this one? And why? Well, now after using both of these mods, I've been using this one now for a little over a week and a half. I got it a little before Christmas, used it the whole weekend, and I've been finding myself going to this one every single day. Now let me tell you why. One is because it has amazing battery life. I put these batteries in this device yesterday at 11 a.m. It is now 11 a.m. now the next day, and the batteries are still at 3 battery bars on the battery meter. That is fucking awesome. I've never had a dual 18650 mod last me that long, running a 0.22 ohm fuse Clapton build from GM Coils in the Merlin Mini. This is the combo I've been running since 3 days ago, and it has not left my hands. I've been enjoying this vape. I've been loving it. I've been going to it every day. It's on point with what it says on the screen. The options and the menu layout is very easy to use, but it's got everything you need to know, and it's got all the features that you're going to need for a daily banger, or just a mod that you want to have with you that has great battery life, great power, and is just overall a solid piece. I know some people have said that they've picked these up and had button rattle or battery rattle. I've personally not have any of that. No button rattle, no battery rattle, no backdoor rattle, no nothing. The buttons are all nice and clicky. The menus are very easy to navigate. All the settings are there. It's got a great immediately fire button. I hit that fire button, it's firing up my atomizer. Well, let's check this vape out. Fabulous, guys. I mean, fabulous. The 510 connection blows this 510 connection away on all the RX200s or RX devices. This one, the 510 one here has fit with all my atomizers, made a great connection. The 510 pin is gold plated. It is firm, but it does have travel. So all your atomizers are going to make a nice solid flush. It does look good up to even 26 millimeter diameter tanks or RDAs, as you guys seen in the up close portion. Overall, I am a big fan of it. I like the design. I like the shape of it. It reminds me of the RX, but personally, I feel this one just has a more better feel in your hand. It's made out of all zinc alloy chassis. It's got that nice big OLED screen. It's not really heavy, only 136 grams, guys. I mean, this device is nice and lightweight, but still feels nice and quality made. For being a China-made product, it's actually a nice one. I really like it, and for the price of under 50 bucks shipped to you, you cannot beat that. Now, let's talk about some comparisons. What are the big pros of the RX2-3 that this one does not have? Well, the big two things is that this one can be ran in dual battery mode or 3 battery mode with the additional back cover that they provide. And it also has a little bit larger OLED screen. But everything else, even the dimensions of this in 2 battery mode, are the same. Just this one has a more easier menu layout to me, in my opinion. The 510 is better. The buttons are even better. The back door is better on the Smoant. I can't stand this one. I just don't like it at all. And personally, I even like the buttons better on this device than this one. And if I really had to be honest and picky about it, I even like this screen better than this one. And I was a fan of the larger screen on the RX200S when it first came out. But after using it for a while, it's really pointless. I don't even use the logo feature or anything like that anymore. And the only other thing that this one has that this one does not is the preheat function. But This one is limited to 6 volts and 150 watts unless you do the update from Wismec to update it to 200 watts, but you're still limited to 6 volts, to whereas this one, you can do the 200 watts and get 8.4 volts in dual 18650 mode. Now, do I recommend this mod? Yes, I highly recommend this mod, and it's easily became one of my more favorites of 2016, and it's in the category of my favorite mod for the more affordable dual 18650 200 watt devices from China. This one has become one that I've really been enjoying. That's not a DNA or one of them high-end stabwood devices. This is a nice affordable daily banger that you can take to work or just have for your everyday mod. I've really been enjoying this. Let me have a vape, and then I do just want to talk a little bit about the e-liquid that I'm vaping on, give you guys my opinion on it, the coils, and we'll wrap this video up, let you guys know where you can pick up one of these, and we'll go ahead and end it like that. Now, you guys got to see what e-liquid I'm vaping, and that is Flawless from Game Over. I also picked this up myself from Vapor DNA. I will have a link down in the description. And clicking over to Vapor DNA, you can order this 60 ml bottle of e-liquid for $24.99. And you can use the coupon code that's also down in the description by clicking on the link to save 10% on your order. And Vapor DNA will even throw in their own Vapor DNA Chubby Gorilla unicorn bottle. But Game Over, to me, has been my favorite flavor from Flawless, period. It is a great flavor, and I got away from cereal vapes because they were getting overwhelming. There were so many of them out there. A lot of them just tasted like lemon, and this one, on the other hand, is actually really good. I don't just get the cereal, I also get the vanilla bean ice cream, and the cereal, and the milk, and I even get like a little bit of a pastry type vape, vaping it with the Merlin Mini in dual coil mode with them GM coils. So, if you like cereal vapes, ice creams, all that stuff, I do highly recommend checking out Flawless. I will have a link down in the description. Now, back to the Smoant Battlestar. You can jump over to Vapor DNA and click the link down in the description. You can order this mod shipped to your door in the US for only 45 bucks by using the link in the coupon down below in the description. So with that, guys, I do give the Smoant Battlestar 2 thumbs up. I do really enjoy this mod, and I think you guys will too. With that, I hope you guys have a great New Year's, and I will see you guys in 2017 next year. And stay tuned, because I got a lot of stuff coming for you guys. And keep your eye out for the Coil Master Giveaway Series Finale Part 3, where we will reveal the mystery prizes and the 2 mystery winners from Part 1 and Part 2. So with that, keep it foggy, guys. I'll catch you on the next one. See you next year.